so I have these. I'm not sure what I'm doing, so we'll see. But I like the fact that it has a remover. So hopefully that means it's going to last a long time, but we'll see. Okay. So I read the instructions, and it seems like it's going to be easy, but we'll see. There's a lash bond and a seal. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so now that we got that part out the way, I wanted to sit there and like really have a conversation with y'all about something, because it's been on my heart and mind for a minute, but now I'm like, let's talk about it for real. So I went out to the park with my ex's cousin's ex-wife, basically. They're not yet divorced, but now they're going through a process of like, you know, they're obviously separated and they're walking through this process of like possible divorce. And I don't think it's a coincidence that me and this wife, because, you know, we're still technically wives, even though these men definitely left us and they're cousins. Like, the fact that this is a generational curse in y'all's family, and nobody's talking about how, like, y'all don't keep up with, like, building the families and keeping up with the families that y'all build in this family is really wild to me. But I just want to talk about how it seems like relationships go through this, like, crazy turnaround after the woman has a child. And I don't think it's a coincidence that it happened in this family, because it's like they already have an issue with keeping regular relationships up to date and keeping them healthy. But it's like on top of that, when somebody is going through postpartum and you're struggling just mentally, and then on top of that, having to go through hell with the person that you took vows with, like, who is this person? Like, you thought you married one person because, you know, he was a kind-hearted gentleman and he loved the Lord. And then as soon as you have this baby, you change and he changes, and now, like, he don't want to work with you. He's not willing to compromise after you've put up with all the hell you did in that relationship. Is just crazy to me how, like, there are men that will give you a child, but they are not willing to put in any effort or work after. It's like you just planted a seed and left. I don't understand how you can do that and logically be cool with how, like, you move in life. But I guess that's not for me to try to figure out, child. But apparently it's a commonplace thing where people break up after having a baby. And, like, even though I was married, and see, I thought I was, like, exempt from some of this stuff, because I was like, oh, you know, I have a godly marriage, and, you know, my husband works at a church, and, you know, we're not like them. But it's like nobody's really exempt from going through hell whenever you're dealing with people, because people are going to be people regardless of who you get with. Like, somebody could wake up tomorrow and decide they don't want you, and that's just on them. But, like, realizing that this is not just me has, like, really helped me to, like, cope with the fact that, like, I cannot do anything about this. And, like, I gave my kids, you know, like, a broken home, because I, again, thought I did everything right. I got married. Then I had my kids. You know, we were in church, and, you know, just a lot of that crap that you think that is going to, like, make you somehow better than the next person. Like, the Lord will let you get humbled, okay? The Lord will let you get humbled, because I promise you, like, I would have never imagined that man not only leaving his family for his church job, but then also messing around with a married woman on the freaking worship team. Like, first of all, why are we deleting messages? Let's start there. And it's, like, crazy to me, because it's like I was going through all this, like, pregnancy stuff, and my at one point my blood pressure was so high they were trying to, like, get me induced, and I'm like, all this behind a man that took vows with me and said he was going to, like, love me and do all these things and made all these promises before God. And it's like the same God you pretend to go and worship on Sundays, the same God that you pretend like you working for, that like, it's just crazy to me. It's like, who do you actually worship? Like, are you worshiping a man? Are you worshiping money? Are you worshiping a position, a platform, a stage? Or do you worship God? So all that to say, child, I mean, I could go on and on about that situation, and I won't, because yeah, it's a lot. But the point really is, I want to know what you think. Like, do you feel like when somebody has a baby that the relationship always changes? And like, it doesn't necessarily mean that y'all got to break up either. I've seen people that have gone through stuff after they had a baby together, and then they still worked it out, and they are a happy family to this day, and it's great. I love to see it. I just wonder, like, how do people cope with this in normal circumstances where maybe they do end up keeping their family together, or maybe they do break up? And like, what do you think causes this breakup? It can't just be on the woman going through postpartum, because the men are also going through their own stuff, and even mentally and financially. Like, what is going on in somebody's mind to where like now they're causing people problems in the relationship that were not there before? And like, you can't blame the baby, because the baby didn't do nothing but show up because y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all procreated. Y'all came up with that child. So what is it about having a family, starting a family? Like, is it the fact that families get attacked by the devil the most? Is it because people don't know how to interact with you afterwards? Is it because your whole life changes and you're not really sure how to deal with that and cope? Is it because you think you know everything? Like, I want to know how I got here and how so many of the people got here, because I promise you, I would have never in a million years been like, oh, this is on the bingo cards. Yup, gonna get divorced after, literally having my second child. And mind you, him and I literally like broke up and separated when I was 7 months pregnant because he left. But it was like, the fact that he could do that on the same day that he went to that place they call a church and go and worship the Lord is what it, like, they pretend to worship God. I'm like, who are y'all worshiping? Because that is a concert. That is a performance. Like, y'all are going up there to play. Like, you're not worshiping. And I remember he would always say that all the time. Like, nah, I got to go play at the church. I got to go play at the church. Like, that was his excuse for why he could never be at home. But like, when I think about his wording, he was literally telling me like, I'm not worshiping God. But y'all, anywho, what do y'all think? I want to know.